Welcome back to Clue Me In, where we unravel the world's strangest mysteries, disappearances, unsolved crimes, and eerie cases that leave more questions than answers. I'm Liv.
I'm Kay.
And I'm Grace, ready to provide my top-tier analysis, in-depth research, and completely undeniable conclusions.
Every episode, Kay and I break down a mystery, and Grace reacts, theorizes, and ultimately delivers her definitive answer.
Today's case is heavier than some of the previous ones. It's one that stayed with us, and with so many others, for over 2 decades. This is the haunting and heartbreaking disappearance of 9-year-old Asha Degree.
It was the early morning hours of February 14th, 2000, Valentine's Day. In Shelby, North Carolina, Asha Degree's family was asleep in their home. Around 2:30 a.m., her father checked on Asha and her older brother O'Brien. Both kids were sound asleep in their shared room.
But sometime after that, between 2:30 and 4 a.m., Asha quietly got out of bed. She packed a small backpack with a few personal items.
Her brother remembers hearing her bed creak during the night, but he thought she was just shifting in her sleep. She didn't wake anyone up. She simply left.
So in the middle of the night in February, a 9-year-old just leaves?
Yeah.
In cold, pouring rain. No coat, no flashlight, just white pants, a long-sleeved white shirt, and her backpack.
So it wasn't until 6:30 a.m. that her mother, Aquila, went to wake the kids up, and she realized that Asha was gone. The front door was locked. There were no signs of forced entry, and panic set in immediately. So the search begins.
What's especially chilling is that she wasn't immediately gone without a trace. Around 4 a.m., 2 drivers spotted a small figure walking along Highway 18, over a mile from her home. One driver, concerned, circled back. But when they tried to approach the girl, she bolted into the woods.
So she would have had to leave even earlier than 4 to make it a mile, like walking, and she's 9, so she's probably not that fast. Mm-hmm. Why would she run into the woods?
I don't know. I mean, that's the weird thing, because someone came to actually
help
check on her, and she darted to the woods. Yeah. I mean, that's just one of the many unanswered questions. The area she disappeared into was thick with woods and brush, and despite a huge search effort involving hundreds of volunteers and dogs, there was never any solid trace of Asha found.
For over a year, there was nothing. No clues, no trace. But then, in August of 2001, a contractor doing construction work about 26 miles from Asha's home made a chilling discovery. A backpack double-wrapped in plastic bags buried near a shed in Burke County. It was Asha's.
And that's like over a year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So inside the backpack, there were several of her belongings. There were clothes, school supplies, a Dr. Seuss book, but the book that was in her backpack had never been checked out in Asha's name. So we don't really know if she checked that out or really how that got there.
Was it from like the school library?
Yeah, it came from her school library, but no one knows how she got it.
There was also a New Kids on the Block t-shirt in the bag, something her family said did not belong to her.
And the bag was buried, wrapped in plastic near the highway?
Yeah, it was found near a shed in Burke County.
Yeah, right near the highway. Then there was the photo. So a picture of an unidentified little girl. So this photo, along with some of Asha's belongings, so like her yellow hair bow, some markers, these were found in a shed near where her book bag was buried.
Oh, okay. So the book bag was found, and then inside the shed, all the other stuff was found.
Mm-hmm. And this girl, no one, not even Asha's family, has been able to identify. Investigators released the image to the public, hoping someone would recognize her. But to this day, no one has came forward. No name, no leads, just another layer to the mystery.
So I wonder how she got the picture, and how does she have a picture that nobody knows who it is?
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly the mystery.
Or could they be 2 separate things? Like, she was found and then the picture was found, but they're not correlated?
It could be. The fact that the picture was found in this shed with Asha's belongings. So it was like Asha's hair bow, Asha's school supplies, and then this photo.
Interesting.
Yeah, but that's the mystery. Like, investigators released the photo to the public. They were hoping that someone would recognize her, but no one ever came forward. Like, not a single person has been able to, like, identify her.
But then in 2020, 20 years after Asha's disappearance, the FBI revealed another lead. A witness reported seeing Asha getting into a dark green 1970s modeled car the morning she went missing.
So it's still a mystery why this tip didn't come out sooner, and it's especially weird to me that Asha reportedly ran into the woods when that first driver turned around to check on her, yet later she may have been willing to get into, like, this other car. To me, it doesn't add up. But, like, despite all of this, no suspects have ever been officially named.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if she knew maybe this person in the second car,
Yeah.
or...
I don't know.
Interesting.
Well, okay, so let's break down the clues we have here. Because every part of this case, it feels, well, as we've discussed, off. Mm-hmm. Asha left her house willingly and alone in the middle of the night. She was seen walking alone in the middle of the night on a highway in the rain. When a driver stopped to help her, she ran off into the woods. But there was a report that Asha might have gotten in a car, but we still don't know who was in that car. And Asha's backpack contained a library book that wasn't checked out to her and a New Kids on the Block t-shirt that also didn't belong to her.
And then a photo of an unidentified girl in the shed near where the book bag was found.
Exactly.
Right. Yep. So, I mean, some theories suggest that Asha may have sadly, like, been groomed and lured away by someone who earned her trust. Because her family insists that she wasn't the kind of kid to just run off on her own.
Her mom even described her as cautious and shy. She wasn't the kind of kid to wander off, especially not in bad weather.
And it also doesn't sound like she was preparing to go away for a long period of time.
Right.
Like, she didn't bring clothes or really anything to sustain her. Mm-hmm. So it seems like maybe it was just like a quick trip that turned into much longer than that.
Some people speculate that she was sleepwalking or, like, that she was planning to go somewhere and got lost. But none of these theories explain how her backpack ended up buried so far away, like, wrapped in plastic.
A year later.
Right.
Yeah, and that part is definitely hard to ignore. Someone else was clearly involved here.
Yeah.
Especially if she really did get in the car. Mm-hmm. But also, like, the photo thing. I just can't, if they're correlated, who is this girl? And and even if Asha was going somewhere intentionally, why in the middle of the night at 2:30 in the morning?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Asha's family continues to search for answers. They still believe she's out there somewhere, and every year on February 14th, they hold a walk in her honor, just to raise awareness and keep her name alive. All right, Grace, so you've heard the story, every detail, every clue.
The pieces are on the table. The mystery is waiting.
So tell us, what's your theory?
What really went down?
Okay, well, I guess my theory would be, clearly it doesn't sound like she was alone. She had a t-shirt that belonged to someone else.
Right.
Her bag was found wrapped in plastic that she didn't have to begin with. And she might have gotten in a car with somebody else. Mm-hmm. So maybe it was somebody that she knew, and maybe just things didn't go to plan, or maybe it does have to do with the picture of the other girl, and it was, unfortunately, maybe much deeper than we can really comprehend.
Yeah. Yeah, and like at 9, she might not have understood the danger.
Yeah. It's definitely a heartbreaking story, but the truth has to be out there somewhere.
If you know anything about Asha DeGree's disappearance, even the smallest detail, it really could make a difference. So please reach out to your local FBI or sheriff's office.
Well, thanks for listening to Clue Me In. Subscribe, review, and share this episode. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at ClueMeIn_podcast.
See you next time on
Clue Me In.